Dear students of Standard 9, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you are fine by the grace of Allah. Today I will discuss Chapter 6, Lecture 3. At first, the concept of citizen. The word citizen derived from the Latin word civics, and civics means citizen, that means nagorik. The key element of studying civics are citizen and state. Here civics is a subject, that means in Bengali it is called Poroniti. So the main matter of studying civics are citizen and state. Usually by the word citizen, it is mean the inhabitants who reside in the city or country. It was earlier believed that those directly involved in the administration were regarded as the citizen. Different political scientists has given different definition about the citizen. So according to Aristotle, and he is the father of the political science, has given one definition of the citizen. According to him, who participate in the administration directly and represent in the city-state is called citizen. This is the picture of Aristotle. In his concept, Aristotle did not include most of the people as a citizen because as per his opinion, most of them are not capable enough and they have not enough time to do so. But in the Greek city-state concept, women and slaves were not regarded as a citizen and they could not participate in the state affairs. But now the national state has been evolved instead of city-state. The modern city-state is very big and its population is also big and everybody enjoy civic facilities directly and indirectly. But it is not possible to accommodate this huge number of people in the administration. Modern political scientist of Britain, Harold J. Lasky, said that the person who take facilities of the state and remain loyal to the state are called citizen. According to Professor Gattel, citizen is the member of that political society who is committed to discharge duties for that society and he is entitled to enjoy all facilities. This person is Lasky, J. Lasky. So, while awarding citizenship to anybody, loyalty to the state and the political as well as other facilities he enjoys are regarded as a parameter instead of participating in the government. So another definition of the citizen is the person who is bound to discharge duties and responsibilities of the state. On the other hand, enjoy all civic and political rights is called citizen. In broader sense, citizen is the person who live permanently in that state and remain loyal to the law, constitution and other orders of the states. So, citizens play roles in the welfare of the state by their own works and enjoy all social, economic, political rights distributed by the state. As a citizen, everyone is equal and all men, women, irrespective to caste and creed are entitled to be a citizen. I hope you understand the definition of citizen or who are citizen. Now, the duties and responsibilities of a citizen to the state. The first duty of the citizen is to be loyal to the state. Number 2, to obey the instruction of the state. 3, the citizen has to remain vigilant and ready for supreme sacrifice for the security, integrated territory, independence and sovereignty of the state. 4, every citizen has to obey the law for maintaining peaceful life and discipline, because the citizens are responsible for abiding by the existing law and constitution and showing respect to the law. If anyone breaks the law, it creates indiscipline in the society and it impedes normal life. Now, 5 number, enfranchisement with honesty and acumen is the sacred duty and responsibility of a citizen. That means a citizen should cast vote honestly to choose country's representative, so that the qualified and eligible candidates can be elected as people's representative, and everyone should abstain from voting unqualified and corrupted persons. Now, next duty is that the prime sources of the state's income are tax and revenue provided by the citizen, so that all the citizens, they must pay taxes properly to the government, because a huge amount of money is needed to run the administration as well as the defense to initiate various development works. The citizens should cooperate the state providing taxes on regular basis, because this is the most important sources of income of the state. Now, the responsibility of the citizen is to perform the assigned duty on him by the state. Any work initiated by the government is the work of the citizen. The success and development of a government depends on the morality, concentration and devotion of the citizens of the state. Number 8, every citizen should have patriotic zeal. That is, the responsibility of the citizen is to wish the state all the success and feel proud of their own culture. They should remember the national anthem, the national history and the contribution of the national heroes and scholars. Number 9, every citizen should have high tolerance level for others. The national unity is achievable through respect for different cultures, differences of opinion. Everyone should believe that beauty remains inherent in diversity. Number 10, every citizen should protest against the corruption and injustice. So we will not do this type of activities, and we must protest against this type of activities. It is a moral obligation of a citizen to protest against the unlawful act of a person, organization and even the state. But one should not take the law in one's own hand. In this way, a society of good governance and free of corruption would be established. Now, number 11, every child is the citizen of the state. So, it is parents' duty that parents work as a guardian of the child, because immunization, keeping good health and sending the children to the school in the right time are the responsibilities of the parents, and as a result the child will be a decent citizen receiving good education and will contribute to the family, society and the state. So everyone, you must memorize the duties of the citizen and definition of citizen according to the different political scientists. So after this, goodbye everyone. Stay at your home safely.